We are now live at Halifax Raceway. The stream will be opened up in a short bit as soon as the qualifying session. I'm still a little bit sick, so I do apologize if my voice sounds a little bit off, but we'll be trying our best with the commentary as we have. And this is, once again, the qualifying session. We have Dale Ross in the midst, as well as Normal 05. Have Twin Triple V6 in the 32 machine, in the 951, East 951. 57 TD machine is going to be Jen. Fall behind in the R32, Shibe 21. Jason Gaming in the 20 car, as we see Speedster 1 in the back of the field for this qualifying session today. Again, this is qualifying. We'll have to see where positions will take us today. We also, of course, have our pace car driver being Fella 04. Very legendary guy. We're going to go yellow in just a few moments. Alright, folks, watch the lights. Go when the driver ahead of you goes. Lights are yellow. Now the sight you want to see, there's cars making their way out of the pit lane. Have a little bit of lag issues. Try to maintain a good little space, folks. And pace car, if you could just drive like you normally do, we do have a bit of lag. There is your field today. 8 cars, 8 rumbling V8 machines. There's a twin seemingly messing around a little bit with the corner cuts. Make sure not to do that too much. Wouldn't it be good to accidentally flip? Again, if you do flip in this session, well, you won't exactly be able to drive until the race starts. Probably be starting all the way from the rear. And there's Shibe 21 with a late run. I was wondering, I thought we had a little less cars than I thought we did. There we go. There's again 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. And of course, the 8th car being Shibe 21's Notsma going down the tunnel now as everyone else makes their way up the hill. We're going to have one pace lap, and then we will go green. I'd like to talk about another very technical section. You can tell this track is kind of old school, just by the way it looks. As drivers make their way down the tight chicane after the long straight. Very tight section. You'll see a lot of overtakes being made through there as the pace car makes their way into the set of S's at the bottom of the hill. Now, there's a very technical section, but there has been some changes. You see the barriers are actually, they might look a little more intimidating, but they're actually in functionality, they're a little more lenient. You saw Twin and East 951 hopping over them, as well as Jen. Drivers now making the way around the last few set of turns. Watch the lights. We are moments from going green. Pace car, make your way in. Alright, lights are now green. Green flag is out. Now drivers make their way through the front stretch into turn 1. It looks like an early lead for Crucian. Jen is going to go wide. It looks like a good run for Shibe 21, only for so long. Here comes Novel 05 in the midst, as well as Twin. Twin going to make his way to the lead of the pack. But it looks like he's made a cut already. This lap might be invalid. There's only 5 minutes on the board, and this is one of the longer tracks on the schedule. They're more than likely going to be running out of laps very quickly. Probably only 3 laps to run. Drivers now make their way into the tunnel, out onto the back part of the track. There's a little bit of an S there into a hairpin. A very technical part, and you just got to get it right or else you're going to get a cut. Those are not great to get. You got East 951 going wide. Shibe a bit of looseness as Twin Triple V6 makes his way up the hill. Here comes the rest of the field. Now make the way down the hill into the tight hairpin. Twin already with a good about 4-second gap down the hill. Now they go. As it looks like East 951 going to be in 3rd place side by side between Jen and a Crucian, 2 DGS machines. As they make their way into the tight S's. There goes Twin, first time around. See if there's any valid laps to make their way around to the final turn. We'll check the board once most of them makes their way through. And there is the first casualty of the day. There is Shibe 21 makes its way stuck on the barrier. Seemingly was cutting. There's Jen. Guys, please do not cut through there because there's not a corner cut if you are caught cutting it. So Jen, please abandon your lap. Fortunately for Shibe, unless he can find a way to get his car out, he's going to be stuck for the rest of the session. Bit of tough luck for him. Meanwhile, on the board, a Crucian. Currently quick time. Let's go to a Crucian. At a 1 minute 35, although we've seen faster ones. You can see Twin Turbo V6 having ran at 126, though couldn't really get validated. There is Narwhal 05, and for some reason our laps are not here, so we're going to start from 3 minutes. So, I do apologize about that, folks, so I think that's about right. Little bad call on me. I can't make the best calls right now. Got a little bit of a sickness still going around pretty hard. And his Twin Turbo V6 makes his way around. Not the fastest run he's gone. He's going to see Shibe 21 stuck in the barrier. Fortunately for him, he'll be starting from last place. Unless somebody else doesn't get a valid lap, of course. Twin Turbo V6 makes his way across the line. Will be able to go for a faster lap. He does go quick time with a 1 minute 30 second and about 7 thousandths or 777 thousandths. Up next on line, a couple other drivers there. There's Narwhal 05, East 951, both of them not having validated laps. They make the way up the hill at the first section. I gotta say, that was definitely one of the more weird instances. I don't know if I caught that on camera. We will check though after this session's over. And it's actually narrowing pretty quickly. We have a randomized timer. As Jason moves up to P3 with a 147. The goal at this point might not be to get the fastest lap, but rather just get a lap in. Twin Turbo V6 makes his way over around. It looks like the next lap, judging by how he's running, might be the final lap to race. Makes his way down the hill. No other valid laps on the board, as he is not valid, although we are seeing some improved performance out of seemingly East 951. If he's valid or not, that'll determine itself. And he goes off track now. More than likely has been his run. How about Narwhal 05? Narwhal 05 also looking pretty solid. As Twin Turbo V6, you are now on your white flag lap. Everyone else is on the white flag lap. Once you guys cross the line, of course. So for Narwhal 05 and East, as you're now on your final lap. Everyone else, once you cross the line, you will be on the white flag lap. Any major movements on the board? Does not really seem so. Only time will tell. Twin Turbo V6 now going to cruise his way down the lower section. Now makes his way up the hill on the long backstretch. Only one more time around. And he's purple on his first sector. Now making his way down the hill. This is, I actually might argue this could be actually faster than the long straight just because of that steep downhill. And Twin spins it. Fortunately for him, that's going to be the end of his lap. And there's Speedy XR1. He'll be the last person to be on the white flag lap. So Speedy XR1, he got one to go. Twin Turbo V6 now with an inbound lap. He still has pole position, but that begs the question, is anyone going to challenge him? I wouldn't quite say so, though it looks like a Crucian with a pretty solid looking run. Might be able to secure himself a sub 130. Final turn for both Jen as well as Crucian has to make the way across the line. Will anyone have anything to say? Does not seem so. We have 4 inbound laps here as Jen has flipped himself over. Alright, well, if I could have you guys lined up on the front stretch. And it appears I am unable to update the... Actually, it does appear I'm unable to update the laps, so we're just going to shut down. And we'll do a randomized grid order for the following drivers. East 951, Shibe 21, Jen and Speed Hits R1. So far, the finishing order, or the order of drivers that will be racing, we have twin triple V6 at Crucian, Narvalo 5, and Jason. Jason with a very solid P4. But we'll hold up for a bit. I'd say another casual qualifying session for us, really. As Dylan Smith, if you're watching the chat, thank you for leaving the chat. Very appreciated. Going to be teleporting drivers now. Teleport you guys to your car. We're also going to be watching those cuts to see how many cuts we're going to have for this race. We'll be lining you guys up on the grid, so if you guys will have on the grid based on the order, again, twin triple V6 with pole position. Do not teleport twin. Alright, so everyone else just stand back for a bit. Our grid order is twin turbo V6, at pole position, Dale Russ in second place, and third place is 905. And in fourth place is going to be Jason. A very big surprise turn of events. As we do not have fellow of 4, we don't have our pace car driver. But we will park his car. My throat is already getting a little bit sore, it seems. For the rest of the field, though, we'll get your order out very quickly. I just need to get your names again. Twin turbo V6 again with another pole position. If you're gonna pass out, it's probably better to get done with the race now. Alright, but anyways, let's get the wheel to side. And for you guys, I will stream it. Remember, even if you DNF'd early on in the qualifying, alright, so then it was speed, and it was... Alright, so starting into your 5th place position. My throat doesn't die, or my nose doesn't get stuffy. It is going to be Jen in the 5th place position. In our 6th place position, we're going to see none other than... Shy gets a stroke of luck. Alright, Shive's going to start P6, and in P7 we're going to see... by a hairline, East 951. And then Speed Hits R1 will be in the rear of the field. Fortunately for him. Absolutely pain. Even in a randomized grid, Speed Hits R1 still struggling. No. Yes, you can grab water. Speed Hits R1, can you head over here? going to play the national anthem of... Still don't have the pace car driver. Let me make sure. Red. Alright, so Bella hasn't been here, so we're going to do the national anthem of South Africa. If you could just chill out of your car and chill out of your car. Can you guys stick by your cars, please? Well, anyways, we're going to do the South African national anthem, and then we will get going. If that was the apartheid anthem, I sincerely apologize. I don't know any better. I hope that's the right one. That was the right one. Alright, drivers, to your cars. Once you guys are in your cars, that is a sign that you're ready. So be aware of that. Once you're in your car, you are in your car. This will be a 20-lap race. Of course, with 2 pace laps. To this. we're going to look to see what the corner cuts were. We'll get the average, so we'll get the penalties correct. And then we'll get along to the race. Alright. Would you guys be alright with a 35 cut limit? $35 cuts. This is a 20 lap race. That is 35 cuts. That is almost twice the amount of cuts. Do you drivers want it to be 40? $50 is too lenient. That would be like a... Yeah. It does seem to spin out a lot, so we'll have a 40 corner cut limit. We'll be lenient for you guys today. It'll be a little less masochistic. I feel like most of the people that will be getting penalties anyways will be people that are struggling, so it's only fair. Alright, well, with that in mind, since Fallow's not here, we will be going out without him. We just need everyone to get into your cars, signify that you're ready. We'll be going. Please do not hold us up east. We are already 34 minutes into this event. I'd like to be able to get done with this within an hour and a half. So, alright. Maintain a 3 car length space from you and the driver ahead of you, please. Go when the person ahead of you goes. Watch the lights. Good out, please. Maintain 3 car lengths. Alright, now we'll be driving at pace speed. But we will be slowing down to 60 once we reach the bottom of the hill on the second lap. Seems like the back has some issues with pacing. Please try to move up, Jason. But don't push too hard. I mean, I fell in, I'll join you. Alright, fella, I'll just have you join afterwards. We're gonna go by here at 60. Take that corner easy. Then we'll accelerate once we get past the final turn. So keep that practice for your next lap. We need Jason to P4, number 5 to P5. And your corner cuts once we get to it. Jason, please pick up the pace. And because Noveler starts P5, not P4. Wait, oh wait, never mind. Speed at turn 1, East 954, and then we'll spin out. We're going to maintain 60 from here, from the hairpin. So if you guys maintain 60 miles an hour, I'm going to speed up. Everyone maintain 60. And try to maintain your gap too. Fella, I'm going to pass this car to you once I'm into the pit lane. Alright, fella, the car is yours. Make sure you guys are pacing properly. Yes, we are actually pacing properly. Alright, green flag. But don't overtake till you cross the line. So watch yourself, Chad. Okay, jumps are cleared. We are now clear to jumps. Green flag is now out. As looks like an early lead for Twin Triple V6. I'm going to now put on push and talk. My Discord is being a little bit slow. I apologize. Alright, now push and talk is now activated. I won't be interrupting the drivers anymore. That was a bit odd. Twin Triple V6 now making its way into the back into the tunnel straight as a Crucian not too far behind. We're gonna see what we can watch. Whole festival of drivers out here. You can see from Noveler 5, good little view of everyone, pretty much. Guys make their way into the braking point. Now out of the braking point, looks like a good run between Jen and Shive here for the podium spot. Shive gets a little bit loose. There's Jen to the inside. As make the way through the chicane and out of the chicane. It looks like Jen is going to keep its way through. We used to call those the death chicane because if you hit those, you would literally die. And there's a Crucian spinning out. Jen now to P2, Shive in P3, not far behind, as well as Noveler 5. Crucial, a bit of ground to make up, but though there's plenty of time to go by. Jen currently with 5 cuts. There's going to be a 40 cut limit this race. He's going to be very wary if he wants to avoid a 10-second penalty. There's a Crucial getting loose. There's Nog getting very loose. And there's Jason just about spinning out. This is a very hard track to control yourself. And it looks like a Crucian is starting to make up ground on Noveler 5 to the inside, now to the outside. As the two of them go side by side through the tunnel for just a moment. Crucian to the back bumper of Noveler 5 as they make their way into the into the sharp hairpin. Onto the backstretch they go. Noveler 5 is about to spin. Keeps it under control, but he's lost that spot to a Crucian. A Crucian now moves up to P4. A little bit of early action doesn't hurt. How about Shy 21 and Jen? Looks like things have separated themselves a little bit. There, you can see Twin in the background. There is Noveler 5 loose, but there was Jen with a hop. Keeps it under control. Noveler 5 going backwards now, trying to get his car back together. There's a big error that's very costly. But another good run with Shy 21. About 3 or 4 car lengths from his rival in the Riddleless machine. I would say he's his main rival, but he's definitely up there. Shy 21 making up a little bit of ground. He gets a little loose, and he is going to lose that gap. Just make sure everything is going as it is. good bit of separation there of Shibe now. Crucian, his DGS teammate, is now inching up a little bit. So they make their way through again for the third lap. They seem to have separated themselves a little bit here. How about we talk about how racing's been going? Shibe 21, second place in the championship, I believe, and holds it strong, especially with the well, I don't want to make it sound like an absence. She's been literally unable to race for a completely understandable reason. There's Netta had a strong running in for third place, and with her last ROX Mod race, even had a win. Great to see what comes along. Actually, I'm a little bit wrong about that being a win. Her last race weekend, that was a win, which is a great win, mind you. As a Crucian a little loose onto the terrain, but he does keep his car under control. That is, I'd say, pretty impressive. He's still fighting that thing. Watch your horsey. She's going very wild. Now makes his way around the carousel down the hill. There was a better view earlier, but I think I edited the cameras a bit. He's going to slam into the walls. Now making his way through the tunnel. That's good gap between him and Shibe. It actually looks like Jen has been making up ground. We look at the times on the board. There's your first lap. Car speed, it's R1. How's Jen doing on laps? Pretty quick, but Twin is doing even quicker. He goes off the track. Into the final turn he goes. Checking our cuts. And it's going to be interesting. There's going to be a lot of penalties today, the way people are looking. Yeah. Alright guys, we're going to reduce a little bit of lag. We're going to delete the cars in the pits. Sorry, my commentary comes off as a bit of dryness. It's a bit painful just to speak at the time. Not as bad as it was the last race, but again, it is still a bit problemsome. Gap between East 951 and Arbor 5 pretty quick here. Do them now through the carousel into the tunnel. That's good looking at it on East 951. Now with a bit of roll tap. Yeah, it actually does hurt quite a bit to commentate. But we'll try to manage. It's already Twin Turbo V6 a quarter way through the race. Now 5 laps in. Going up, you know, we'd like to talk about this track. It's a very historical track and still practically in historical condition. Some, again, might complain that that's not exactly a great thing. There's Nobler 5, the track creator. I'm certain he's got some harsh words to say about the race himself as it goes through the tire barriers. To be aware, those barriers will do that. Not quite an advantage for him that time around, but you can technically gain an advantage. You're not allowed to, mind you. It is possible, and I believe with that move, East 951 will comfortably hold off 5th place for the time being. Of course, as unless he does something significant here, he gets a little bit squirrely, but he does maintain pretty well control. Now making his way through the carousel and out of it down the hill. Into the tunnel he goes, and I believe that will settle it for East 951. Nobler 5 pulls it off for the day. into his pit bots. Yeah, looking at the boards, he was 6th place overall. You can see Shy 21 being hunted down a little bit by a Christian here. He certainly wants that podium, though so does Shy. Number 5, our first DNF of the day. You see Christian there, he's heavily fending on the throttle. And that's why he just held it that would lose his spun out. Probably cursing himself out right now, and I can't blame the Florida man. Very frustrating. Sits about the lap speed as they win. That's good. The track for yourself and race back, yellow flag. Alright, pace car, you're going to be called out. Race back, yellow flag. And where's fella? Fella. Alright, twin, slow down. Alright, Jason, just merge back. You'll just get your laps back. So you have Jen up next. Jen gets P2. P3 going to be held by Shy 21. Unfortunately for Speed Answer 1, that is a DNF. And Crucian now going to finish P4. As he's now 5-1, you can see him through the S's now. And Jason, try to get back going. Try to get going, buddy. I know you can make it. Just chill at the back of the pack and let people by when they come around. And don't get cuts. Remember, guys, you get cuts, I'm not going to reset them. So look at our cuts. Let's see how you guys are doing, just in case anyone's a little bit close. These 951. You're approaching halfway. You're not quite there. We're not, also not quite halfway there with the race itself. Alright, the field is on the board. We're now down to 6 drivers. And as you can see them making their way down the backstretch. Here's East 951 still to make his way through to the tunnel. He's got a good gap to make up. Fella, don't focus on how the drivers are driving. That's my job. Don't worry. I just need you to drive normally so you can shift. Don't just stay in the middle of the road. Like, actually shift. I feel like this seems to be listening. Fella, this is a road course. I need you to drive efficiently if you can. It's not seem to be wanting to listen. East 951, it is a loose one out. Jason just merged to the back of the field. We can see Speed SR1's car right there. That was a big flip. Jason, merge your way back. We might be able to go green this time. So pace car, try to make your way in. Green flag. Watch for jumps. We're going to reset everyone's laps. Alright, we're back to 8 laps. Let's get to the front. As Jen is now trying to challenge Twin Triple V6. He's up there. Was up there. There's a Crucian now. Crucian now makes the move on Jen. Jen got a little bit loose on his head there. Now the two of them side by side for a brief bit there. Now down to the hairpin into the tunnel they go. Christian before the man gets out of the Canadian side by side down the tunnel. And Jen is a little bit ahead. Now through the S's there. Shive in the midst. Shive tries to take the inside away. And it's about to see 3 wide. We're almost there. Now Crucian still side by side up the hill on the backstretch. And Crucian makes a move on Shive 21. Now in P3. Shive not far behind though. That's a good run. Jen holding off P2. Twin of course your leader. Shive takes the inside away from a Crucian. Excuse me. Gets the run. Both of them now going wide into the chicane. As it looks like Shive gets a little bit looser. Crucian gets a better line overall. He's going to run himself into the podium slot. East 951 is not far behind himself. And fella, if you could watch Jason for me, that would be appreciated. Alright, well that's what one lap of this is going to look like. A pretty dramatic one lap. There's a good looking run between Shive and Crucian. Just mostly him. And there's Crucian on the barrier. Shive 21 going to get by onto the podium. Two DGS teammates today. Both fighting for a podium. And both, of course, probably want to get by Jenner. That's going to be a big goal to get today. Oh, Crucian loose. He does a full 360 there. And allows East 951 to get a little bit of room. Shive 21 making up ground on Jen, though. Looks like Jen is going to carry out more speed down the hill. Shive is a bit better known for sense, though. We'll have to see how he runs around. We're about halfway through. So it's Twin making his way around the final turn. Alright, drivers, cross flags are out. We are halfway done with this race. And already Jen being held just closely behind by Shive. Only by a second. Oh! Oh! That was a big crash. Big crash for Shive. We're going to see a race back yellow flag. That was the crash of the season, folks. That's got to be a rough run, though. He had nothing to do there, and unfortunately for him, that also cost him the race. We will be having a race back, so fella, hold off from going. Fella, do not go yet. Trying to time it for them to be on the front stretch. We got Shive 21 there. Let's get this race back. It looks like East 951 gets ahead of a Crucian. That's a good looking run from a Crucian. Now Crucian makes the move down the inside, makes it with East 951. East 951 slides it through. It's going to be a close one to figure out this finish. Alright guys, pacing will be based on the board. So Twin will get first place. And second place is going to be Jen. Well, it's a very close one for third. As is East 95, a Crucian fighting with every inch they can. As East 951 going to try to make the move. Crucian now to the outside. East gets loose. And a Crucian will get ahead. Crucian will take the podium for this restart. East 951 will be in fourth. We're going to see Jason in the 5th place spot. So that is your order, folks. Try to make your way back reasonably. Remember, again, it is Twin, Jen, Crucian, and East 951. That was pretty crazy. I'm going to try to work on clearing Shive's car out now. Unfortunately for him, was running pretty decently today, but just could not stand up to the bump. That was bad. There's Jason making his way over. Alright, Jason, if you can merge over, you will be, we can hopefully get going. And now making our way around. There's Jen with a bit of a slide on the curb. There's only 4 big hitters now. Alright, red flag going to be called out. Medical emergency, East 951. We're going to pull into the pit lane, just keep on pacing to the pits. We'll line up in order. You know, fun fact, those things are actually red, but they're of course invisible, but they are red. So, yes, they are technically sausages or hot dogs. East 951 has come down with COVID. Thankfully, this is virtual racing and not real racing. He would not need to quarantine. He just needs to suffer through. And apparently he is suffering. So we will be calling a red flag. And we'll be restarting with 5 cars. Everyone to the pit lane on order. Jason, if you give a little bit of space, East 951, we hope the best for East 951 to recover quickly, and hopefully he won't be gone for too long. Meanwhile, while we're at it, we might as well get some interviews in, but before we get those interviews in, let's see what caused that caution. Once it was a caution, of course. Alright, let's get the clip up. We're going to now stream from display capture. Alright, now we got the YouTube video. We can get this scene on full replay. There's Shy21 making his way around turn 1 as he clips the wall and slams hard, flips it over. Does just about everything in the book. We're going to watch that one again in slow motion. Watch this one very closely here. There's Shy21. It's a little loose off the first curb, but it seems like it didn't do much other than maybe change his trajectory as he makes his way over to the sausage curb that is gigantic, hidden under that tire barrier. Leaves him completely upside down, gets traction, flips another time, and it's just completely catastrophic for the driver. Is there any drivers willing to get an interview while we're under a red flag? Jason, all right. I might be asking you a little bit about your teammate, Speed Hits R1. That was another flip today. Alright, Jason, you are now unmuted. You could get out of your car if you want to. This is true. Now, you've been riding a bit of Your race has been a bit of a struggle today, though I'd say you've been doing a little bit better than your teammates. Speeds are 1. Bring me through it.
My strategy is to keep it green and not wrecking into the tire barrier like Shipe did. But coming smoothly, but I'm pretty sad for Speedy 01 from his crash.
Yeah, that was a little bit of a big one. How about your game plan for today? Looks like you're in for
I
an
hope
easy top
his
5.
Speedy recovery will heal him before the next race of the second final Friday.
That is true. What is your plan for the future of your racing within H Motorsports?
Uh, like getting in top 10, top 3, or getting first place. We need to keep the train going, get a lot of points, get ahead of ourselves into the competition. So yeah, that our game plan of getting a high precision.
I see. I see. Well, great. That's a great plan there, Jason. I hope you very well for this race. I think you probably got what it takes to get a good one. You might even be able to get top 4, or even a podium if people keep on crashing the way they are. You've been pretty good about avoiding those crashes lately. Ever since your
Yeah,
little incident in Spooky Night Grand Prix, I think you've sort of cleaned yourself out.
yeah, I know, right?
You're doing good, Jason.
Sorry about wearing this one. I was in wrestling mode.
Yeah, it's okay, dude. You look like a freaking Chad. You can be interviewed if you want to be interviewed.
What?
Jason was, Jen was asking.
I'm gonna mute myself anyway.
Alright. I'll give it out to Jason. We move over to Jen, and I also feel very bad for you, Shy. We can interview you if you want. Alright, Jen, we're gonna mute you. If you want to speak at least.
Hello?
Hello, game plan.
Yeah, sorry, I don't really have a punchline to do right now, but what's the interview about? Just like the overall race so far?
Overall race so far, opinion on the track, as well as your game plan for today.
So far the race has gone pretty slippery, literally. I guess everyone here can agree that the car right now is feeling rather unstable in this track in particular. Um, the track itself feels like a death trap because of those wedges. Me personally, although it's not really gonna make it any better. Just maybe the tire walls will just have collisions instead of wedges because I feel like everyone already like picked off 2 people in the first like 10 laps, and it cut off like I don't know how many people, 2 people off our grid, and but it's just me. But so far the race has been going pretty good. I mean, I'm not struggling too much. Uh, I'm still looking forward to getting another podium, I hope. Unless something big happens and I flip over, wink, wink. Maybe, I don't know. See if I can just hold it together for the rest of the race.
That's true, that's true. Alright, Jen. That's a lot of wise words and some words that might take into consideration if there's anyone else that wants to be interviewed. Even if you have fallen, you can still be interviewed. That means you, Shy. We have East 951 make his way back. I was asking if you want to be interviewed, but yes, the guy that I'm not gonna lie, bro. You had the biggest crash of the season. I think that one takes the cake. I see you snapped 5. The guy that made you lose 50 mil. Ah! Alright. Oh, man. Sorry that this happened. You have next time. I'll fly you. He's a special guest now. Alright. Once everyone's ready, just stick in your car. We'll go yellow in a bit, and hopefully we'll be able to go green within the lap.
You should server definitely. Not definite. I mean.
Yes. Alright, well, you could get an interview, but you gotta make sure you're doing okay. You doing alright, East? Yeah?
I'm unmuted. Oh, hi. Alright, so, slight technical difficulties on my end. I have a word of advice to all the drivers and all the fans out there. Don't get COVID. It isn't fun. And, I have a request for Robo Mesa. Can I get, like, 5 CCs removed? Because when I got off the computer, my car just went straight and racked up a bunch.
I'll move you to 25.
Thank you. That's all I wanted to say. Let's go, Jen. You got it.
Alright. So there's your drivers. We're gonna now have you guys head back to your cars. Drives. Alright. If you crash a car, you're not driving. Okay, you crash once. Let's not crash again. Alright, well watch, the light's gonna turn yellow. Flags out. There's now pretty much 5 elite drivers left. And of course our pace car driver now being replaced by Shy 21. So we're not going to make their way around. First sector. Definitely the hardest sector of the track in my personal opinion. But there are some difficulties elsewhere. I mean, after all, there is a chicane that's been unofficially nicknamed the Death Chicane for a very obvious reason. We've seen 2 DNFs there, or well, we've seen 1 DNF there so far. I'm actually surprised that Shive's crash was not on that one. I thought when I saw it first, it was a shot one. I saw the Death Chicane. Some drivers not make their way through the tunnel. Now make the way into the backstretch. We only a couple cars in the field here today. Well, there was 8 stars, but now we've lost 3 of them. 2 of them crashed. One of them just pulled off prematurely. Alright, we're gonna now watch the start. Pace car in. Pacing looks to be pretty good. Green flag, green flag, green flag. We're not going to be watching for jumps. Looks to be clear on everyone's end. Jumps are all clear. Yeah, for Twin Triple B6. Being challenged by Jen. It gets a little bit loose there. Is anyone going to run it hard into the walls? Everyone gets by pretty nice and clean. Except for Crucian. Crucian with a spin out. Got a lot of ground to make up now. That's a tough one for the GGS team. And this one hurts my feelings as a DGS team owner. I'd say this is a race I would want to personally remember as a JGS center, but to see where things go. There's a Wolf Team Racing and a Riddler's car, the Twin Turbo V6's been racing through this so far. Jason's got a pretty good gap there, might take P4 if he could hold off Crucian. Everyone's kind of split themselves off by a good little margin. We're now running 15 laps, or we're running on lap 15 now. Next time by will be 5 to go. Currently we run 6 to go. There's Twin Turbo V6 with just a beautiful line. Doesn't even need to touch the curb. Jen isn't that far behind. As Twin Turbo V6 gets loose, he's going to recover himself, but that might allow Jen to make his way over if he could keep a clean line. He's definitely breached a bunch of that gap. He might even be able to carry more speed. Eastern 5-1 holds off a podium spot. He might even be able to go a podium off like this. When you guys get off the track, if you're running, please. You guys are collide still. Again, there's Twin Turbo V6, just beautiful lines, just overall. As Crucian picking up a little bit of ground up the hill between him and Jason. Half the track now separating them from Twin Turbo V6. Sorry. I'm gonna watch from the battle going on so far. Jason with a bit of a tire line. There's a Crucian with more speed into the dash chicane they go. And like butter, cuts through Crucian. Crucian now to P4. Still, again, another strong top 5 for NH Motorsports. They just got to finish this race, and it's theirs. So far, looking at penalties, the closest one is East 951 with 13 to go. It's a good gap he's got to make up, though, if he wants to do anything. As Shan is going to drift his way out of the lower turn. I actually think this might be the lowest point of the track. Might be lower than the front stretch because of how it's positioned. These have been a little bit tamer this time around. Jen holds off pretty solid in P2. About East 951. Making his way through the chicane now. You'll watch more Twin Turbo V6. This guy's been just impressive overall throughout his entire career. This was going to be his last ROX Mods race, although he has one more to go after this. He's actually announced his retirement. We'll see how long that retirement lasts. If it's forever or a couple months. It probably depends on how he feels. Probably the more I say it's going to be temporary, the more it's going to be permanent. The more I say it's going to be permanent, the more it's going to be temporary. We'll have to see how things go. Makes his way around to the backstretch. Only 4 laps to go. We got less than 4 laps to go. Actually, that's a 5. I apologize. Crucian's got to make up 10 seconds by the end of this. It is possible. He's been running a good region amount faster than East 951. But he's got to make up that gap without crashing again. Keep that in mind. That's going to be a very big thing out here. Although, again, he's just running better laps overall than East 951. He might be able to make it up by the end of this. 3 laps to go for Twin Turbo V6. As Twin makes his way through the front straight. Into turn 1. Just carries as much speed as possible. Almost into the wall. He's a man of no limits. And this could also mean track limits. But this also means his skill is quite limitless, I'd have to say. Goes around the carousel. Now into the tunnel. And now from the tunnel to the chicane into the lower end hairpin. As 10 seconds separates East 951 and Crucian. It's going to take East 951 to have a crash in order for Crucian at this point to get a chance to get ahead. Now Twin made his way out of the tight and technical part down the hill. He's looking a little slow there. It looks like he tapped the wall just slightly. As Crucian's going to take a more conservative line. East 951 with a little bit of a drift on the gets into the backstretch. And there is Crucian closing up the gap. It looks like he's going to be within 5 seconds pretty soon. And once again, Twin Turbo V6. We have 2 laps to go for Twin Turbo V6. East 951 now through the bottom of the hill through the S's. That's a nice little drift there. How's a Crucian going to fare though? Keep in mind, East 951, you were 10 cuts from the penalty. We're also forced close to the end of the race, so we got 2 to go. This Twin makes his way down into the chicane through to the hairpin to the backstretch. Now makes his way up the hill. East 951, only 4 seconds separating him from a Crucian. These are getting heated up little by little. Of course, it's going to take a lot more than that. It looks like East 951 does this little set of S's a little bit quicker. Meanwhile, Twin Turbo V6 makes his way down the hill. And there's Jason. Twin now through the dash chicane out of it. We have Jen. White flag in the air for Twin Turbo V6. Another race of dominance for Twin Turbo V6. He does it here again. Of course, we've got to see him cross the line. If he flips it, that's it. You never want to flip on the final lap. You got to lean like this. You could basically just cruise it. Of course, Twin was purple on his second sector. He's trying his best to get the quick time absolutely secured. There's a Crucian with a good little gap there. Triple V6 now one more time through the tunnel, out of the tunnel, into the final, well, time around to the backstretch. Here he goes up the hill. Triple V6 now making his way up the hills into the tight and technical part, through the hairpin, out of the hairpin, and into the downhill. One last time for Twin Turbo V6. This sector, unfortunately, is invalid. He's just trying to make his way through at this point, it seems. It's going to take him to flip over here for him to DNF. He does not want to DNF. He wants to get it through. He does get it through nice and clean. Twin Turbo V6, only one more turn to go. Twin Turbo V6 makes his way out of the final turn. Your winner is going to be Twin Turbo V6. Runs over a person. Gap between Jen and Crucian closing in. Here's, East and Crucian. Here's Jen in P2, making his way across the final set of S's. Now to the final turn. Second place out of the final turn is Jen. Be a close one here between East 951, but it looks like for P3 it's gonna be close. Crucian does everything he can, but rolling over in P number 3 is gonna be East 951 and Crucian in 4th. Jason in 5th. Alright folks, if you could do a cooldown lap, would be appreciated. Remember folks, we have a podium, so be sure to head over to it. And Twin, I'll allow you to do a couple donuts. Let's reach your full stretch. We got our quick time. It's going to be Twin Triple V6 with a 1 minute 24 seconds, 716. That's basically as fast as a GT3 car. Alright, if everyone can make their way to the pit lane. There's Twin Turbo V6 triumphantly at the helm once again. He's going to get himself a gold crystal as a trophy. There's Del Ross leaving the game. Clearly frustrated with how he's finished. I can't blame him. Alright, if I could get your podium finishers to the podium. You should be over here. Jen, you'd be over here. Twin would be over here. Jen's gonna take one more lap. Twin's gonna take one more lap. He cuts it. I believe he's going to try to full send. Set a little too hard. What type of car is this? No, we don't do Mazdas. That's a podium. Let's get the podium up and going real quickly. Alright. Taking a photo in 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Alright, that is your podium. We're now going to start interviews, starting off with our race winner, Twin Turbo V6. Let me turn off my push talk, of course, so I can communicate with him properly. Alright. Another win for Twin Turbo V6. Congratulations. You've won the crystal made of gold. Halifax. No thanks for your interview. He gone. Let's see. Shot you went on a hard track. You did get a close one last time. We're gonna go over to Bring it over to Jen. Now server unmuted. And that was a
Yep.
pretty solid race.
Yeah, I'd say it's pretty solid. I did had a close call. I think lap 17. I almost flipped over, but I quickly saved it. I don't know if you got that on camera. I'm not sure. Did you see that? Not sure if you saw that.
I don't think I did. Don't think I did.
Yo, Robo, when
Yeah.
you can you join the FRA? I need to speak with you in a second.
In a bit after I
Yeah.
finish the stream up.
Yeah, so I'm actually, surprisingly, out of all the weekends I've raced in, this is the only week that I didn't get sick. Nothing happened. Surprisingly, nothing happened.
Everyone else is
Usually,
sick. Everyone else is sick over here.
I guess I passed it on to everyone, I guess.
Damn you.
Oh.
Damn you.
I mean, my luck. I forgot who told me this, but if I always get unlucky, there's always going to be something lucky that's going to happen to me, and I guess all my unluckiness just rubbed off to you guys. I guess getting the flu and getting COVID twice in 1 year kind of paid off. It's not like the best feeling, but But other than that, yeah, this race has been quite great. The track is very hard. I think everyone can agree on that, and yeah, thank you.
All right, well, that was Jen. We got one more person to interview. Well, we got Jason if he sticks around too, so we'll also get to Jason if he's not around. All right. We got East 951.
Hello there. After a rather struggle of a race, Brutalist came out on top.
Yep, and I hope you come on top of your COVID. Like it's
Thank you.
pretty
Thank
heavy.
you. Apologies to Shibe, but thank you for crashing a lot.
Damn.
Send to a Cruxian. Really allowed Brutalist to overtake DGS this weekend. Things as the way they should be. And I'd like to announce that Brutalist will be opening a feeder team for next season. If anyone's interested in joining, please DM me.
I'd like to announce that DGS is also opening up a feeder team.
No one cares about DGS.
One that will be better than the Brutalist feeder team.
Nah, it won't be.
We'll have to see. Well, anyways, that should.
You guys don't even have drivers for your main team next season.
Damn. Alright, well, anyways, as it goes, tomorrow at 12 p.m. USPST, we'll be doing the GTI series, and then on Sunday at 12 p.m. USPST, we will be doing the mid-car race here. And actually, from tests, the mid-cars are actually really fun here. It's got all those tight hairpins. Actually requires braking for once. That's a plus. So, with that in mind, hope to see you guys there. We have one more race weekend after this. That will be at Utah Motorsports Campus. Oh, jeez. You're not the only one sick here, East. I'll see you guys next time.
You're welcome.
Screw you. Screw you. You gave this to me, damn it. And I don't know how. But screw you. Alright, well, anyways, that's your salad for this weekend. So, despite dying, I'll see you guys tomorrow.